I used to be an incredibly proud atheist. Now I've completely changed my mind. Well, first, let's just go back in time. Let's say it's 10,000 years ago and you've lived in a climate that's always above 7 degrees, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And then one day you decide to leave your little village or whatever it is, and you decide to travel the vast worlds. And decades later, you come back to the village after so many years. All your friends and family, they come to you and say, "Hey, I can't believe you're back. Well, tell me some stories. What was it like?" And then you go into detail and you say, well, at some point, water, the thing that is always flowing and streaming, it turns at a very particular temperature. It goes from flowing water into a concrete rock like formation. It goes from liquid to solid instantly. And they would say, "No, no, that is not possible." I mean, that is feasibly impossible. That goes against every single thing we've ever thought in our entire life. There's no way that's happening. They say, "Tuh, that's just the tip of the iceberg." Now imagine the biggest animal you could ever see in your entire life. Times that by four, and it is like a boat-like vessel flowing through the ocean. And it's not a fish. No, it doesn't breathe in the water. It breathes through land. And imagine trying to describe a whale in detail to somebody who'd never been to the ocean and had never seen anything like that in their entire life. Or let's take the reverse effect, trying to describe an elephant or a giraffe or many of the creatures, or almost more importantly, trying to describe the universe and how the earth is the smallest. If you go out further enough, you can't even see the earth. We are just a part of a galaxy inside of infinite other galaxies, inside infinite other universes. And we are pathetically, you can't even describe it how small we are in the grand scheme of things. And when you put that into perspective, you have to think that, is it so hard to believe that there is some sort of godlike feature, that someone created the universe? I don't know. And I still don't have an answer to that question. But I was for a long time a proud atheist because I thought it was an easy argument that I could win. And I would back it up by science and I would throw all this data out there. And then, so what? Someone who believes in God is not looking for others' approval to believe in God. And looking at it from a geopolitical level, what countries would I rather live in? It is usually ones that have a higher center of religion. Now, that is not in all cases. There is some religions, or not just some religions, but some countries that are very religious that I don't believe are practicing in the way of God. So, what do I think is important? Because I'm more so undecided, but I'm skeptical of atheist views. I'm not going to come here and say that I have found God and that I pray to him every single day, because that's not true. But what I do try and do is more of all the religions together. And what are the common aspects? It is always to do good, do things that you already know are right, be honest, do not steal, treat others the way that you want to be treated. And I think if you follow those simple rules that all religions want you to live by, then you are going to live a very happy and fulfilling life. And if there is such a thing as a heaven, then you are going to be allowed in, because I don't think God is saying, "Hey, all you need to do is believe in me and all your sins will be completely evaporated and you can come to heaven." Because I see a lot of people who say, "Oh, I believe in God and I go to confession, therefore anything I do is okay." And people rationalize this. They lie, cheat, steal, in some cases kill, but it's okay because they believe in God. I don't think that's enough, and that's probably my biggest issue with Christianity, that pretty much states that anything is okay as long as you believe in God. And I don't think you should live your life thinking, "I'm going to be fine because I believe." Instead, I think you should live your life in a way that God would want you to live it, which is to hopefully act in a virtuous manner towards others. The same thing with all other religions. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've looked into every single religion super deeply, because I haven't. This is just me morphing my journey as to, I don't know if I could become super religious in the future. I highly doubt that I will ever become an atheist again because the people I see that are atheists are nothing like I want to be. I think it is a cowardice reply that I used to think was fierce and virtuous, which now I see is furthest from the truth. Because it is easy to say there is no such thing. Look at science going back for the past 100,000 years. You can describe in scientific detail how we got from A to B. And the longer science progresses, we are probably going to understand how everything came to be. That still doesn't answer the question how it may answer a scientific question, but it doesn't answer a philosophical question as why are we the way that we are? And is there a higher power? I don't know. But I'm not going to live my life trying to fight one. That is for sure. And I can't state that I am actively believing in a God. I don't even know what that means, though. I would want someone to define that for me. What does it mean to believe in God? Does it mean to think of him in a way where he's very much real and he's looking down upon you? Or is it to live by the words that he said and the actions that he showed to be virtuous? I think that is, for me personally, right now on October 15th, Sunday evening, that is the way that I see it. That he would probably just want us to live and the way that he told us to. Do good by others. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't kill, don't do harm, don't do to others what you would not want done to yourself. If you do those things, I think the world would definitely be a better place. And I am trying to lead by example, doing that myself. And I can tell you it feels much better doing those things anyway. I used to steal from businesses, and because all my friends did, I was like, "Oh, dude, it's a big corporation. Who cares? They have plenty of money. Who cares if I steal a stupid candy bar?" And I did that for a long time. But if I had a huge corporation, would I want people stealing from me? No. And it's not that, oh, this huge corporation has a bunch of money, therefore you can steal everything you want. No, there's still somebody's job at stake every time you're stealing. There's a direct consequence to what you do. And it's just virtually not right. I don't know. Uh, More questions than answers, as always. Thanks to the 11 people. I would like to hear some more in-depth responses as to what is the meaning of or what is the purpose of believing in a God? Like, I want like a detailed discussion that I'd love to have with somebody because it is a subject that I'm very curious in, and I have so many questions that I haven't heard fantastic answers to. I guess it just comes down to believing. And there is always this aspect of faith that you do have to have in a variety of different things. So I don't know. Maybe I just don't believe enough. And then I don't know what it would take for me to believe because I'm trying to be as open minded as humanly possible. I guess one answer I have for myself is I often live in the future. A lot of people, they live in the past. A lot of people live in the future. Like myself, I'm constantly daydreaming about the future, my future plans and my future steps and my future success. But I hardly live in the present. And that's probably where you're supposed to lie. And I have so much work to do because I'm it's like an addict that doesn't know they're an addict yet, who says, "Oh, don't worry, it's not a problem." And I guess this is the first time that I'm ever acknowledging that it is a problem that I'm constantly living in the future. I think that is it is inhabilitating me from doing so many things that I should be living in the present 90% of the time when in reality it's only probably 50% of the time. So that is something that I definitely have to work on. It's not my normal business video, but who knows what you're going to get from me over the next 1,000 days? I don't know either because I talk about the things that I want to talk about while no one wants to listen. Goodbye, my friend.